Before you book your next property in Dubai, wouldn't you love to know exactly what you're paying for, what you're getting, and what your real ROI would be? Hi, I'm Abhishek Behel. I'm a real estate advisor here in Dubai, and we've been working tirelessly since the last 12 months to come up with this new segment where we'll be breaking down off-plan projects for you in a way that's a lot more detailed than a typical Instagram reel or a short form video. We'll dive deep into project analysis, ROI comparison, and future potential. We'll also cover minute details that are often ignored, especially in the heat of the moment when you're about to write that check. Now, if you're a multi-billionaire on a real estate shopping spree or someone who just likes to scroll, this might not be for you. But if you're someone who likes to make smart, calculated moves, dig deep down, understand completely what you're getting into, then you've come to the right place. Now, before we jump into this massive ocean of opportunities, there's one important thing I want to clarify. In Dubai, there are two ways you can buy a property. You can either buy a ready property, you pay the money and you get the keys. You make a return through rental income plus the capital gain. But this segment is for off-plan properties, where the game is slightly different. In a country growing at a high speed, developers and construction companies are allowed to sell homes even before they begin construction. This helps developers raise capital for mega projects and gives investors flexibility. Since you're not investing a lump sum, developers give you a payment plan where you pay during the construction period. A typical example can be a 60-40 payment plan, where you're paying 60% during construction and 40% on the handover, which can be broken down into 20% at the time of the booking, 20% in year 1, 20% in year 2, and then 40% on the completion. There are a zillion different types of payment plans out there. Some developers offer a 1% payment plan, where you're paying 1% on a monthly basis, whereas some developers give you a post-handover payment plan, where your payment plan goes beyond the completion date as well. The ROI calculation for off-plan properties are a little tricky because you have to figure out the location, the developer, features of the community, how the housing market will do, and what the payment terms are. And this is where advisors like me come to assist you. Now let's get into our very first project in this off-plan deep dive series. Today we'll cover the villa community Elwood by Sobha Realty, a community that doesn't just offer homes but something far more rare, a complete lifestyle ecosystem built around nature. Located in Dubai land along the Al Ain Road or the E66, which connects Dubai to Al Ain, which is another city on the eastern end of UAE. Now here's why that's powerful. You're 25 minutes from downtown Dubai on a direct expressway, no signals, no roundabouts, no traffic bottlenecks. And here's the kicker. This highway got a 2 billion dirham or a $550 million upgrade, converting it into a 12-lane superhighway. What does that tell you? This isn't just accessible, it's priority infrastructure. Dubai is gearing up for high density, high value development in this zone. Elwood sits within reach of Dubai Hills, MBR City, Academic City, and Silicon Oasis. And it's a very short distance from Emirates Road, which offers you a direct 25-minute drive to Al Maktoum Airport, just an hour to the upcoming Wynn Casino. It's the rare blend of connectivity, greenery, and calm. Now, while the area is still under early stages and that raises valid concerns, a simple Google search will show you that the surrounding land parcels have already been acquired by giants like Emaar, Mirage for major upcoming projects. Now, let's talk about who's building this. It's Sobha Realty. And this is where it gets personal for most buyers, because in Dubai, when someone hears Sobha, there's only one word that comes to mind, and that's quality. Ask any broker, client, or developer, and they'll all say the same thing. And that's not branding. That's a reputation built over decades. Now, whenever you read about a new project, you will notice that along with the developer, they always mention the construction company, the interior designer, the architects, the management company, and so on. But with Sobha, they've pioneered what's called the backward integration model. Every step is done in-house, right from material sourcing, architecture and design, engineering and construction, quality control, final delivery, and then the maintenance and upkeep of their communities. They don't outsource craftsmanship, they own it. And that philosophy comes from Mr. PNC Menon, the founder himself. Let me tell you about his story. In 1976, he started an interiors firm in Oman, and through talent and discipline, he began designing for the royals of Oman, Bahrain, Brunei, Qatar, and his crown jewel, the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque in Oman. Built over 8 years, still regarded as one of the most beautifully crafted religious sites in the world. And that's when he became known for obsessive detail, timeless design, and integrity. In 1995, he founded Sobha Limited in India, a $2 billion public company that's delivered more than 140 million square feet across 27 cities. Their flagship project here in Dubai is Sobha Heartland, which is the closest community to downtown, where 30% of the entire land is allocated to green space, which is pretty much unheard of. Now with Elwood, Sobha is taking the idea further, a villa community that's blending luxury with wilderness. What sets Elwood apart from your typical villa communities? It's not just landscaped, it's forest inspired. Over 10,000 trees will be planted, with 47% of the land preserved as untouched greenery. The community features 7 themed forest parks inspired by ecosystems from around the world. We've got the Amazon from South America, Yakushima from Japan, Baobab from Africa, and forests from California, Canada, Russia, Australia, and Poland. Each park spans 2 to 7 acres, meaning residents live inside nature, not just next to it. Let me break this down. The community is just under 1 square kilometer. 1/3 of the community is dedicated to amenities. The remaining 2/3 will house the forests and the villas. With 10,000 plus trees, that's roughly 1 tree every 5 meters. That's real shade, cleaner air, and higher privacy. And if you want to visualize what this means for value, go look at Al Barari. Their green first approach skyrocketed property values. Now, as far as the community design is concerned, inside Elwood, it's all about flow meeting function, a lifestyle woven into nature. Picture this: a morning jog through forest trails, a stretch on yoga lawn wrapped in green, or a quiet swing in the hammock court. Kids roam tree houses and themed parks where nature fuels imagination. Sports lovers, you've got dedicated football, cricket, and basketball courts that turn neighbors into teammates. And even pets get their space, with dog parks, agility zones, and open lawns designed just for them. And in a forest-themed playground, a buzzing sports cafe, and over 45 plus curated amenities. And you've got more than convenience. You've got a lifestyle, and that's just the beginning. We've got 2 clubhouses, one for the master plan and one for villas, both social, serene, and ready for events. You've got an on-site school, daycare, and clinic, because of course convenience brings peace of mind. And then of course you've got an amphitheater, a gala ground, paddle courts, skate park, splash zones, jogging and cycling tracks, sensory gardens, and forest trails. Add into this a retail center plus a mosque. EV charging and micro-mobility infrastructure. We are future ready for sustainability. Elwood isn't just a community, it's a wellness campus crafted to elevate everyday life. Now coming to the villas. What's absolutely mind-blowing about this community are the sizes of the plots of these villas. Of late, there have been a very few communities where the plot sizes are bigger than the built-up. Let me decipher that a little bit. So the built-up is the total area on the floors inside the house, and the plot area is the land on which the villa stands. In this case, the plot area goes 25% to 40% larger than the built-up. The developer, of course, charges you on the built-up and not the plot sizes, making this a steal deal. 4 beds starting at only 8 million dirhams for a built-up area of 4,900 square feet with plot sizes averaging 6,500 square feet with 3 different layouts to choose from. The 5 beds starting at 9.2 million dirhams for a built-up of 5,800 square feet and plot sizes going up to 7,000 square feet with 2 different layouts. 6 beds at 11.5 million dirham with a built-up of 7,100 square feet with a plot size of 8,700 square feet with a single layout which is so incredible that it didn't require a second option. The design language leans heavily into minimalist modernism, clean lines, soft geometry and earthy palettes. But more than that, every material has been carefully curated for both luxury and resilience. The living room and the dining room comes with marble floors, engineered stone vanities, veneered doors and expansive glass facades overlooking the pool deck and the garden area. The bedrooms come with premium porcelain flooring, walk-in closets and full-height wardrobes. As far as the kitchen is concerned, it will come fully furnished and fully equipped with built-in appliances from Bosch and Siemens with high reconstituted stone countertops. Bathroom comes with sanitary ware from Duravit and fittings by Grow. And then there are, of course, thoughtful details like the home automation system, the dedicated room for the maids, laundry area with washer and dryer, and direct green area access from every home. Each villa is designed without shared walls, which means complete privacy and exclusivity. Every unit includes a private backyard, a swimming pool, of course, comes with large windows and expansive terraces with panoramic forest views. This isn't landscaping, it's living inside nature. It's a masterclass in high-spec design inside out. Now, a lot of people are comparing Sobha Elwood to Emaar Valley, which is a great project in its own right. But it's meant for a different type of audience. It's meant for a different kind of buyer. We are not comparing like for like here. We are comparing apples and oranges. What we need to understand is that Valley is more like a mini city with a mix of townhouses and villas. Elwood, on the other hand, is a boutique forest community with only 470 villas and no townhouses. Just exclusive villas surrounded by nature. Valley is scale, Elwood is exclusivity, apples and oranges. Now, as far as the numbers are concerned, here's where it gets very interesting. And this is the most important part of the video that I would not like you to ignore. Elwood is priced at 1650 dirhams per square foot and Valley is priced at between 1300 to 1350 dirhams per square foot. Elwood delivers in 2027, Valley is in 2028. Elwood has a 60-40 payment plan and Valley has an 80-20 payment plan. At face value, Valley looks more affordable, but here's what most investors miss. ROI depends on how much money you put in and how long it's been locked for. Even though Elwood is priced at a higher price point, the lighter payment plan and the earlier handover means that it's going to give you similar IRR over the period of time, especially if the prices rise between 8 to 10% per year. This is investment leverage through structure, not just pricing. If you'd like to understand how this impacts your personal ROI, I'll be more than happy to walk you through it in detail on a one-on-one consultation call. Now, who should consider Sobha Elwood? Of course, families looking for peace, nature, and privacy, end users who value space and exclusivity, and of course, investors seeking low risk and high quality assets in a maturing market. This isn't a hype play, it's a legacy asset that you're securing. Because in 5 years, land, infrastructure and execution of this scale will be much harder to replicate. This is a limited inventory opportunity in a market shifting towards lifestyle focused master plans. So that's our full deep dive into Sobha Elwood. If you'd like to see unit layouts, pricing tiers, payment schedules, or need help modeling ROI, I'll be more than happy to walk you through it personally. You can find my contact information right here in the description. And in the next episode, we're going to take another big launch and unpack the real numbers behind the headline. Until then, stay sharp and invest smarter.